Welcome back to Creeps of the Crypt, Episode 7, the long-awaited return to Tales from the Crypt. I'm your host, John, along with other Alan.
What's up, guys? Glad to be back. We're at it again.
Yeah, no longer are we doing Creep Show commentaries. Don't think those...
Last one was a little rough, but if you guys ever get around to watching it, it gets a little rough there. I like the first one more.
Yeah. The second one wasn't that bad, especially the ending. It ended decent with the hitchhiker, but, compared to the roaches, which were disgusting. But in general, doing commentary is a lot harder than sitting down talking about an episode that's a half hour long. I mean, even an hour-long episode and just reviewing it and talking about what you liked is a lot easier than sitting and trying to continue a conversation about a movie that you're watching. So I got to give credit to people who do riff tracks and things like that.
No, I agree. It's kind of an art form for sure. Even if things might be scripted, most of the time people genuinely won't know unless you tell them.
So anyway, we're here to talk about Tales from the Crypt Season 2, Episode 3, Season 2, Episode 1, titled Dead Right, which aired April 21st, 1990, and it's directed by Leah Thompson's husband. He returned.
Yeah, I should mention Howard Deutch.
It's oh damn! You just.
We'll have to rewatch that Leah Thompson short.
No, she didn't. She didn't say what her husband's name was.
Or our episode, how she pronounced it.
She didn't say.
I think it was Deutch.
She didn't say his last name. She said my husband Howard directed it. It is Deutch. It's Deutch.
All right, big ups.
Yeah, I thought. Yeah,
he directed this episode, and I mentioned it before when we did the original review of it, because he directed which one did he direct? He directed another episode, with Leah Thompson in it, and I was like, yeah,
Only Sin Deep.
Out of the two, this one was my favorite episode he's directed so far.
So he directed Leah Thompson, and he gets to direct the beautiful, talented Demi Moore, who, for me, I think I had a crush on her when I was a kid. I don't know what movie was it. I don't know if it was Flatliners or if it was Ghost. But I had a huge crush on Demi Moore growing up. To be honest, though, I can't even tell you, like, her movies. But I had a crush on her. Like, whatever, I was like, oh, she's so beautiful. To this day, I think she's the most beautiful woman ever to grace. Well, that's my opinion. I know there's other women that are prettier, maybe. I actually do think she's the most and talented. Like, she's like the total package in a sense. I was thinking the only woman that reminds me of her, but I don't think is the total package, which is funny, is Jennifer Lopez. Jennifer Lopez reminds me of Demi Moore, but the fact is Jennifer Lopez doesn't have a good catalog of movies, right?
No, not a lot. Probably like 2 or 3 at least.
And she's totally different than Demi Moore in the sense that Demi Moore only has film and TV, and J-Lo has music. And J-Lo's music is better, I think. She should be more known for her music than she should be for her acting. Mm-hmm. Now, I haven't seen all of J-Lo's stuff. And, there was a show she did. It was a cop show that looked interesting with Ray Liotta, but it didn't last long. There was that stripper movie that she made that I didn't see. There's a lot of J-Lo stuff I haven't seen, so I can't really criticize everything. I know there was some films with her that I liked. Like Enough.
Were you a fan of was it Out of Sight with George Clooney, our guy George Clooney?
No.
Always Smiling George?
No.
I barely remember that movie.
No, I don't remember. I remember the movie. They're stuck in. I don't like that movie at all. I don't like George Clooney. I really don't like George Clooney, and he probably did fuck her. I don't know.
Hey, good for him. I mean, there's that one, and then Ghost, and
Ghost.
She had an appearance in that Charlie's Angels movie.
Yeah.
The last one.
The last thing I saw Demi Moore in was in a movie with, I don't know if Scarlett Johansson's in the movie. I think she is. Scarlett Johansson's in the movie. It's about it's kind of like Very Bad Things, but for women, but not like Very Bad Things. Like, so that women have like a stripper come over and like he hits his head and he dies. And it's at their, like, they went to, like, this condo beach house shit. But next door, the neighbors are sex addicts. And they just want to, and it's Demi Moore and David Duchovny, I think. and they wanted to have sex with Scarlett Johansson. I think, I believe. I don't remember. I haven't seen that movie in a long time, but yeah, that was the gist of that movie.
One of those erotica movies or the
It's a comedy,
people's fantasies or
dark,
into a movie.
dark comedy. I think. Let me hold on. Let me see. Hold on. Let me look it up for a second. Because I want to see.
It's randomly making me remember of there was another movie kind of like that, where they had Liam Neeson and Amanda Seyfried as the young girl that the. I guess what was her name? Carrie, not Carrie Ann Moore. Or, what's her name with the redhead from Boogie Nights?
Julianne Moore.
Julianne Moore, yeah, it was her and Liam Neeson were like had this weird love triangle with that girl from the Mean Girls, Amanda Seyfried.
Are
That
you
weird
fucking?
erotica.
Oh, she was on Empire. I can't believe that. So she had a fucking bit part on Empire. So 7 episodes. Oh, Debbie Moore did 7 episodes of Empire. Wow, that's interesting. Nobody ever meant like I thought that would be some huge new. You know, it's sad because at one point there was even I saw an IMDb article of like the 20 most gorgeous women ever to be in Hollywood, and they didn't have Demi Moore on there. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
From like the 80s or
No, in general, from like the 50s,
general?
from all of Hollywood. I think it was 20, and then didn't have. They had beautiful women on there. Natalie Portman. They had Jennifer Connelly, but I think Jennifer Connelly that's the one from Hulk, right? She's the one. Also, she was also the voice of the AI in Spider-Man: Homecoming, and she was in Blood Diamond, and she was in a lot of stuff when she was a teenager too. But she had thick eyebrows when she was a teenager. She was in Say Anything, I think. But
Labyrinth,
like,
yeah.
okay, here are movies that I've seen a Debbie Moore in. I guess The Butcher's Wife must have been with A Few Good Men, right? Disclosures, which I think I would think about Michael Douglas was like every movie he did that was sexual was like him trying to bang the women he was working with. Like, cause he does.
That's always seemed to be the trend. I remember.
Michael Douglas does a lot of these movies where he's banging women, like Disclosure.
Yeah.
What was the other one? Indecent Proposal was Debbie Moore's, but it wasn't with Michael Douglas. Fatal Attraction. Michael Douglas did that. Basic Instinct. Michael Douglas did all these movies that were like,
Yeah,
like,
those were pretty good.
Yeah, but he picked like, yeah, I'm gonna work with this one, Sharon Stone, and Demi Moore, and then he did the one with Romancing the Stone with Kathleen Turner. But anyway, Ghost.
Apparently, he got throat cancer not long ago, right?
Yeah, for eating Catherine Zeta-Jones' vagina, supposedly.
Yeah, he had a lot of other actresses out there too.
Apparently,
I caught up to him. It was so much, that it fucked him up.
This movie kind of hurt her career, The Scarlet Letter. I'm looking, and I guess she didn't have that big of a career, to be honest.
I think she had a good couple of notable stuff, but I think overall the themes that we got, at least from her work, is that she's very attractive and also a good actress at the same time. So it's like best of both, like you were mentioning. My memory of her goes kind of back is because as a kid of the '90s, I remember she was voicing the hot chick in the Beavis and Butthead movie, the first one, or I think they only did one. But yeah, she was like the voice in that. They had a couple of big stars on there,
and her husband was there too.
Right. And then after that, I just known her for a couple of things after that and found out more about her older stuff later on. But yeah, she was doing stuff like G.I. Jane and then that Charlie's Angels thing.
She did some
but
bad
she hasn't
movies.
really done anything else since then.
She's done
anything noteworthy.
She's done some bad movies. Like I'm looking like, oh no, I forgot this. She did that Chevy Chase film, Nothing But Trouble.
You remember that movie at all with Kevin Costner, Mr. Brooks? She was in that.
I like that movie. I like that movie.
Do you remember liking that movie?
Yes.
I gotta rewatch it. It's been a while.
I like that movie. I remember at the time,
Dane Cook was in that.
I remember at the time wanting to see more of Mr. Brooks, Kevin Costner, and Dane Cook, and not her. Like no offense to her, it wasn't her. It was like we don't need the generic cop tracking down the killer story, right?
Yeah, I remember that part being pretty generic.
But there was nothing wrong with her in that movie. But I remember as a kid renting striptease to see, oh my God, she's finally gonna be, and then hearing it's a body double. That's not her.
Oh,
And for the most part, you don't see her face and her body together much of it, I believe. So
I always mix up that movie with Striptease.
that's what I just said, striptease.
Or no, the other one, Showgirls. My bad.
Yeah, Showgirls is another one that I rented.
Paul Verhoeven one.
I made my mom buy that.
You see more in that one, right?
Oh, a
Compared
lot
to, like,
more.
the other one. Yeah,
A
I
lot
remember
more.
that. But
I don't
yeah,
know
that
what the
guy's
fuck
great.
Paul Verhoeven was doing. I'm like,
The '90s are different, man. These movies are pretty.
what
awesome.
is this about? I don't get it. It's about this fucking Saved by the Bell. Jesse is over here just fucking everyone. Like, I don't understand.
Just an excuse to film naked chicks.
But anyway, so we're talking about Demi Moore because she's the star in this episode of Dead Right.
Dead right. Yep.
And also starring Jeffrey Tambor from let's see, he's from what people will know from him now is probably Arrested Development.
He was in Hellboy as well, and he had a role in that Jim Carrey Grinch movie. That's how I know him from. But yeah, he's been an actor that's been working for a long time, and he's been in a lot of different things. If you see the guy's face, you'll know. You know him from something at least.
I remember him mostly from the Larry Sanders Show. He played Hank, and there was one episode. Let me tell you about this before we get to the episode. So this episode of the Larry Sanders Show, he he's got a deal, like a side deal, because he's basically the Larry Sanders Show is Gary Shandling is playing like Jay Leno, right? It's a series like that, and Jeffrey Tambor plays Hank, but it's more like Johnny Carson and what was that? The guy McMahon, Ed McMahon or whatever,
Yeah,
his sidekick, right? Like that. So. Hey,
Ooh-ah.
Jeffrey Tambor was the sidekick, right? So his thing was, hey now. That's what Howard Stern took the hey now from Jeffrey Tambor.
So he invented it.
Yeah, no, Jeffrey Tambor is the one that did hey now. It was Hank Kingsley. I think that's his name, Hank Kingsley. So he got a deal being like the Florida orange guy, and he really needed this because he needed the extra income, right? So he was going to be the sponsor, the promoter, the new face of this orange shit. It's just oranges, So he wants this gig so bad. So the woman's coming. She's going to come see him and meet Gary Shandling to approve or whatever. And so he's really like, oh great, whatever. These two writers on the show find the tape in Hank's office. They're like, look, grab a tape. We'll record this episode from Hank. Maybe he has a tape. So they go to his office, they open his drawer, they take out tapes, and they take out one of the tapes, they put it in, they press play and it's a sex tape of Jeffrey Tambor fucking two prostitutes, right? And they're like, oh my God. Now the girls on the show are the guy from 24, the president, David Palmer's wife, right? David Palmer's wife is on the show. She's I believe the secretary for Gary Shandling. And Janine Garofalo is also on the show. And Sarah Silverman later on, she would be on it, but she wasn't on this season because she was too young. So Janine Garofalo was there, and they're all the girls and the guys are watching, and they're like, holy shit, Hank has a huge dick. Like, that was the whole thing. Like, they couldn't believe he was so big. The video was funny because he was like, come on and say hello to Mr. Happy, right? And then, so this is a big thing because they supposedly they make copies and it's going all over the place, right? So now it's like, oh shit! Now they have a guy that's the executive producer, and he's Rip Thorne from Men in Black and also Dodgeball, Duck Dive, Ditch, whatever. And then what was this? Who's he? Freddie Got Fingered. He played the dad, right? So he's the executive producer. He's like, don't worry about it, kid. I'll have everything wrapped up. He goes, holy shit, what the fuck was Frank doing? He does all this all the time. So then he tells Hank, don't worry about it. It's going to be fine. And he goes, oh, we're going to have to fire Hank. Like, it's getting out of control, whatever. So then they find the tape. Because you find the tape? Yeah. Well, Gary Shandling goes, well, we should probably watch it first, right? So they go, okay. So they put it in, they watch it. They're like, oh, my God. Is it just me? Or does he have a huge dick? Gary Shandling says that to the guy, and he goes, who knew, right? Or whatever. So they said, maybe it's it's the angle, because he knows he doesn't want to make Larry feel bad, right? He goes, no, it's the angle, whatever. So later on, Rip Thorne says, "Don't worry, we scrubbed it. I got the last tape. Don't worry about it, kid. I got the last one here. Haha, right? And everything's fine." And he goes, "Oh, thank God." Hank is so happy and everything. And the woman came to the show to approve of Hank, but she didn't really like Hank to begin with. That's why she was coming. And so all of a sudden he goes, "So where's the other tape?" Right? He goes, "It's in your office, kid. Don't worry about it." He goes, "Okay." So then he comes out. He goes, "Oh, I'm so happy. Everything's okay." He was freaking out the whole episode. It's a great episode. So he goes, where's the girl?" And she goes, "Oh, she's in your office." And he goes, so he goes in the office and she's watching the video. And he goes, "Oh my God." And he starts crying. He's like, "I'm so sorry. This is not, don't let this be a representation of me. It's not. This is something separate, blah, blah, blah." He goes, "Listen, please, I really want this job. I'll do anything. And then her eyes just go down to his dick. Then it cuts and it goes to the commercial of him as the orange guy and trying to sell the oranges. And then Gary Shandling's sitting next to him, or standing next to him, and they're both watching it. And when it ends, Gary goes, "Who'd you have to fuck to get this job?" And they both start laughing hysterically, and the episode ends like that. It's the greatest episode ever. I don't know.
Check it out now.
I don't know if that was improv or not. That last line, it was fucking perfect. It was so. It closed the episode. I was like, "That's the best. This is the best episode ever written for ever." Mm-hmm. And I love Always Sunny and things like that, but that was a great fucking episode. But anyway, yes, Jeffrey Tambor and Demi Moore. We got them. They're starring in this movie, in this episode. But let Alan tell us, what is this episode about?
Oh yes, we got in the beginning of the episode. The Crypt Keeper was dressed up in like a psychic outfit. This is precursor to the beginning of the episode. So we're getting a little bit of a sense of there's going to be some fortunes being told and futures being enacted and predicted right. So this episode, Demi Moore plays. I don't know what she was doing before, but she was walking down the street and then she goes to go see this psychic here, Madame Vorna.
She's a secretary. Yeah, Madame Vorna. She was a secretary.
Okay, yeah, she was a secretary in an office, and then she goes to visit her during her lunch break, and then she tells Demi Moore's character, Cathy Marno, that she was going to lose her job in a couple of hours or soon. Pretty much predicting that she was going to lose her job. She's not believing it, not having it. After that conversation happens, we have her go back to the office, and she was punching in, and apparently, she was like an hour and a half late for her lunch break. She just got fired on the spot. So I don't know.
What happened is exactly she comes back, and her name's Cathy Finch first. It becomes Marno.
Right.
She comes in and she goes, "I saw that psychic you were telling me about. That dumb bitch doesn't know anything." And she stamps it. You believe she told me I was going to lose my job today? And she said that she says her boss's name, I don't know his name, was going to come back and fire me. I told her that asshole is gone for a week. And then she goes, "Excuse me." And then she turns around and says, "I'm sorry, mister," whatever. And he goes, "It's okay. I wouldn't let, name calling cost you your job." But this time she does say that, you're supposed to only take a half hour and you've been gone for over an hour. So you're fired.
Yeah, a quick turn of events after that. She goes back to the psychic, right? And then she talks about how she got fired, but it was like her clock I guess she was there long enough where the time in the place that she went to prior.
No, so she was taking enough time she wanted because she's like, "What the fuck, my boss is gone." But when Lady Vorna told her, "You're going to lose your job, but you're going to get another job." So as she's walking down the street after she just lost her job, this guy's throwing out this girl, and he's saying, she's like, "Oh, you need me. He goes, "Oh, yeah, I don't need you. Get out of here. You're lost." He goes, "Oh, I won't find anyone else to do your job. Hey, lady, you need a job?" And he hired her to be a waitress at his bar. Then she goes back to Lady Vorna because she's like, "Oh, shit. This woman can actually predict the future, can see the future." So that's why she goes back to her, and she wants to know, I guess, she wants to marry a man with money. That's what she wants.
Yeah, pretty much. And the next prediction or next fortune she told her was like she was gonna marry I'll meet a guy with money and eventually marry him, right? And that's after like they get married when he gets the money. So it
And she
made
was
things
like,
a little bit, yeah,
she's like, I'm not marrying anybody unless they have money already. Like, I want a
yeah,
yacht, I want this, I want that. And with all
right.
that, I'm thinking later on, when the money is brought into effect, that's money couldn't get you all those things you were claiming you. Well, then again, no, wait, because I forget that it's 1950. Because the setting, it looks like, I'm like,
It
what
looks like it
time?
took place in modern times, at least.
Yeah,
Yeah.
at some points I'm like, where is this taking? What era is this? Because the strip club thing, because the job she got as a waitress was at a strip club, at a bar, and I was like, were there strip clubs in the 50s? And I looked it up, and yes, they actually were. It was like, wow, and I was like, okay. So then I was like, they actually were like, I guess at freak shows or something or tents, I don't know. And then they brought them into bars in the 50s. So I was like, oh, that's interesting. So, but so
Yeah,
she,
there was no clear distinction on what year it was taking place. You find out a little bit later, as near the end of the episode. We'll get to that later, but yeah, that's when you know what. At least that's when I knew that it was in 1950s.
you know,
There's like
that,
a small little goof that I read on IMDb. They said, yeah, because she makes a line later on about, yeah, I'll
oh
mention
wait,
it
we got
later,
to
but yeah,
mention talk about to get to him. Yeah, so she
yeah,
tells him she's gonna marry somebody, get money, and then, but he's a big man. She told him he's a big man, and then
yeah.
go ahead.
Right. And then we kind of cut back to the bar that she got hired on right on the spot. If only it was so easy to get a job like that these days. Although it's almost not that hard, but it just depends. People want to put the effort in. But yeah, she's working the bar there, and then you see this big guy like Madame Vorna mentioned coming into the bar, and the
Disgusting.
boss told her apparently he's a good customer or he's a frequent customer there.
Yeah, to treat him well because he's a good
Yeah,
customer.
treat him well, and Demi Moore's character is just disgusted by him.
I mean,
Has nothing to do with him.
let's be honest, okay? We're not seeing it in 4K, so I don't know how it would look now, and if they
Right.
restored it. But the versions that we can see that aired, he is disgusting. I mean, that's not Jeffrey Tambor. Jeffrey Tambor doesn't look like that. He might have been chubby when he was in, because he got skinnier like in Larry Sanders' show, he was a little bit chubby, but he was not that. Like, he's grotesque, absolutely grotesque. That you can't even. That's the best fat suit I've ever seen in my life, and the makeup makes him
Yeah, it's
just
not bad.
gross. He looks like Edward James Olmos.
Yeah, scars on his face.
Wearing fucking fat out. No, not fat. Who's that? That fat fuck from Austin Powers.
Okay, fat bastard.
Fat bastard. Yeah, there you go. So that's what he looks like. It was just like, oh my god, it's so grotesque, and they do everything to make him gross. His teeth are disgusting. Now, so
that's great.
she approaches him to give him his drink, and he grabs her, and he's like, "Oh my god, I'm in love with you." She's like, "Yeah, oh, later, but like this is like it's not gonna happen." He orders a Rob Roy, and then she goes back and she says to her boss, "Hey Al, I think his name's Al. Yeah, get a Rob Roy for the fat boy." No, the funniest part about this episode is that there's parts where she'll say something and then go what, and then she'll like, it's so like, I don't know how to. Like, she'll say something and then she'll go, what? What did you say? And then she'll say something else that's not what she said because she said something really fucking fucked up. So,
Yeah, she just kind of insults him under her breath, and
Yeah.
it says something else when they question it.
so then she looks at him like, oh my God, she said he was going to be big, but oh my God, I don't know if I could be with that fuck.
Yeah, it was a funny line where he was like, Jeffrey Tambor was like, "Oh, a little overweight," and she's like,
Yeah, that's
a little
what-
overweight," and then Hitler was a little anti-Semitic, so
Yeah.
that's a funny line.
I love that one because he's like, he wanted to go out with her, like corners her, and she's like, no, it's not going to happen. He goes, I know, I'm a little overweight. And she's like, and Hitler was a little anti-Semitic.
Yeah, that's a great line. Yeah. After that, he's still trying to pursue her. He was flirting with her, and then he says to the effect that they got something special, like a connection between us, and it's just kind of triggered the fortune in her mind. When she was talking to Madame Vorna prior.
And then she goes back to Madame Vorna and says, this can't be the guy, right? Like, this can't be the guy.
Yeah, she goes running. She runs away from him. She just runs into the alley and goes
Yeah.
back to Madame Vorna.
And Madame Vorna was like, you were mean to him, weren't you? And
Yeah.
she's like, of course, he's disgusting. Like, he's gross, dude. He's gross in this episode. So she's like, well, she's like, yeah, that's him. Oh, well, his initials will be, I think she said CM, right? Or something like, I don't remember that part I heard, but I know that she asked him what his name is. It seems like she got initials from Madame Vorna, because that part I missed. So I was like, she was like, what's your name? And he
I may have to double check that. Yeah.
yeah, I don't know, because I don't know if I know she said, because I missed that part. I would assume she gave him initials because she asked later. She says, "What's your name?" He goes, "I'm Charlie Marno," and then she's like, "Oh shit, like he is the guy, right?" And then she tells her friend they go to eat lunch, the one that kept her job. She goes to have lunch with her. Who's another beautiful actress. I forgot what's her name. She's gorgeous. She's been in a lot of things too. She's another beautiful woman. Brunettes, I love brunettes. So she tells her, like, Madame Vorna says, and she goes, well, why don't you just do it? Because she said he's going to get money. He's going to inherit money. She goes, why don't you just do it? And she goes, no, this guy's like humongous. Right? So she goes, well, how do you think he's going to die? And then start going through the ways that he's going to die. And it's so fucked up.
Oh yeah, that scene was hilarious. Like
Yeah.
he's one. You guys see one clip of him walking down the street with like a bucket of chicken. And he gets he gets run over by this old ass 50s car.
And then she goes, no, it's going to have to be a big semi or something. And then there's like another truck hits him. And then she goes, or he'll probably die eating food. And then, bro, I don't know how. This is like, he's like, I don't think he even has the mouth that, like, I don't understand how he's able to. I'm like, Jeffrey Tambor, especially if you look at him now from Arrested Development, so skinny, right? So I'm just like, how did he fit all that food in his mouth in this fat suit?
Yeah, a whole turkey leg in his mouth.
Like
But
choking,
he's just swallowing the shit.
and trying to die.
Oh yeah, he had like ribs. It looked like. Yeah, I like those scenes in this episode, like where I don't know what you call this technique or this idea, but I've seen it in other movies where they hypothetically talk about things that's going to happen to somebody, and we watch it happen. Like like they're there. It's like one of those interesting techniques they use, because you could easily just film something separate away from where they're at, but they're actually we're there with them as she tells the story, and we're seeing it happen around them. So I like that.
They're at a diner, and when she's talking about, they like pan the camera. The director, Leah Thompson's husband, congratulations, sir. I know I've seen you done a lot of good movies anyway, but he goes around her and then pans out the window so you can see Charlie walking down across the street, and then it cuts to him across the street, but it's supposed to be like right there. And he gets hit by, and then she goes, no, he had to eat food, and it pans another way, and you see him behind her at another table eating and choking and dying. Like, that was that's a different, I haven't really seen that like in that many movies. It's a good way to, I don't know, it's a way to like use someone's imagination of what they're thinking and showing what they're thinking without going into like a, like, like the, let's say the Wayne's World, that thing, like, or a dream or a different cut to something else, and that what's in their mind, like Freddy's Nightmares, where you don't know what the fuck is going on.
I like that technique, so I think a lot more movies should do that rather than just doing that Family Guy thing where it just cuts to a whole other separate scene and just watching what they just said happen. And it's just not as effective. I think it's more creative, and it keeps you focused, I guess, on what's going on by just doing it within that scene or within that set. I think it was great.
Yeah. Then after this, she's at work again, and Charlie asks her out, right?
Yeah, he comes back there because he's a regular apparently, and just flirting with her again, just trying to ask her to go out on a date, go get food and dance, I believe is what he was mentioning they should do. And she hesitantly just forces herself to go.
Oh, because later that's what because she doesn't ask him any of that before. She asks him. She waits till later when okay. So they go dancing. They go eating Chinese.
Yeah, they had this like giant ass table of food. It's like for like 10 people, and he's going ham on it. And she's just picking at it with her chopsticks.
He's eating with chopsticks too.
Like, she's waiting for that date to be over.
That's the only problem I think I have with that scene or this entire episode is that Jeffrey Tambor should have known that Charlie Marno would not use chopsticks. He'd
Yeah,
use fork
he
and
would have been better if he ate with his hands or something.
yeah, but
Would've been
Jeffrey
way
Tambor
gross.
uses the chopsticks and he's great at it. But
Ooh, an
that's
aristocrat.
yeah, but this guy's gonna shove his face in with food, you know. But
But yeah, he was
goes,
in public. Yeah, that's why.
he goes, I love Chinese food, but you know what? And he says like what he said. I really like Chinese food, but and then she goes, but then she finishes the sentence and like, but you're hungry like 20 minutes after you eat.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
And
she's
he-
hungry.
he
That was
starts
a good line.
he starts laughing and smacking the table. And I'm like, bro, she's just humiliating you, and you're just accepting it. Like,
That's the theme of his character is that when he laughs
when people
or,
make fun
gets,
of him, he just laughs it off.
he laughs it off and just slams his hand on the table.
But not knowing that she's 100% serious. Like then they go dancing, and then he goes. She goes.
No, they go see a movie afterward.
Oh yeah,
dancing.
yes.
It's very short, but one of the things I wanted to point out in this scene is they're watching the a movie from the time, right? Black and white, a werewolf.
Yeah.
He has two giant ass buckets on his lap. I think it's just popcorn.
Yeah.
I was like, oh look, I mean I could lose some weight. I know I'm a little bit big, but I've never been that much of a fat fuck to just have two large buckets of popcorn.
Yeah, me.
at the
I'm
movie
very
theater.
big.
It's like a medium still too much.
The regular.
But yeah, I get the scene. I get what they're going for. Yeah, he's just a
slob.
The epitome of a gluttony.
Yeah.
He's
disgusting.
gonna be in 7 with his guts all over the place. Yeah, after that, yeah, they go dancing.
They go dancing, and then he steps on her feet, and she's like, "Ow!" And then he goes, "Oh, I'm sorry." He goes, "I'm light on my feet," and she goes, "I wish you were light." He goes, "Charlie Marno's light on his feet," and she goes, "I wish he was light on mine." Right? Stepping on him.
That's great.
So this is the thing. Like she just keeps these fucking lines, and then I don't think was that the night where he drops her off and he kisses her.
Yeah, after that, they go back to her place. And,
Okay.
I like the dynamic between the two because there's a contrast there of wants and needs, right?
Yeah.
So I think it's great the interaction and this all the shit she says under her breath. So yeah, they go back to her place and she goes to drop her off and she goes in and they're looking at each other for a little bit. Awkwardly, he goes in there and grabs her arm and just kisses her.
Yeah.
And she's like.
That take, if you watch it again, right?
That's
and you
a great
watch it,
take.
she is trying not to laugh
I
so
see it too, yeah.
fucking hard, right? And then she turns her head and goes inside, and you can tell he's trying to play it off too because he's having fun. And I think,
yeah, you could tell.
I think he had so much fun, and I think she was so grossed out, but like, I think she liked like it was funny to her. I don't think. I think she was like, "Oh my god, I can't believe that!" Like, because she knows what he looks like, you know. So it had to be hilarious to her.
I'll send you a screen cap because you could tell. She
right there.
Yeah, she tried not to laugh. Like it looked like she was trying to act like she was disgusted or just really wanted to get away from it. But you could tell, like if you look at it, she's smiling.
And the
now.
director didn't say cut, so Charlie goes. He's the next scene after that, he's smiling too a little bit, like holding it in. But of course, it could be because he's happy about the date. But I think he wanted to laugh too. And then he goes.
Think it's a little bit of both. Yeah.
He goes look in the window, and then he walks away, and then you see her in the window again. Pants stays in the window, and she throws up because she's disgusted.
Yeah, just throw out some oatmeal.
Yeah.
Real quick.
And then I think that's the next scene is she's at work, and he comes in and he asks her to marry him, right?
Yeah, he goes back there to go see her, and they talk about her getting married, and then she brings up and asks him about like if something were to happen, when we get married, like who can we contact?
Yeah.
Do you know anybody who's rich, right? And he's like, oh man, I know an uncle of mine, who owns a factory, it's worth a lot of money, but they don't really talk and stuff, and that's kind of about it. All that she had to hear.
Yeah.
To convince her to go marry this guy without really looking into it too much.
All right,
we'll
Charlie.
find out a little bit later.
I'll marry you. So quick.
So quickly. What's that drink he orders? You ever had that? The Rob
Roy? No. I've heard of it. I've never had it.
Let me look it up real quick. More of a Roy Rob or something.
Rob Roy.
Rob Reiner. No, not Rob Reiner.
But
man. I'm
She's
more of a
gorgeous.
whiskey sour guy,
And
or
that's
old fashioned.
the saddest part is that they get married, and then they have to have sex.
They gotta consummate the marriage.
Yeah.
And she's sitting there in shock with
In
holding the
bed, she's
cigarette.
in bed like, oh my god, I'm really gonna do this. And then in my mind, I'm thinking like, there are women that really used to do this. Now I think women have a lot more options, right?
I'd say so, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they don't need a guy for anything. They could just start an OnlyFans account, no matter how. They could look like Charlie Marno and be a woman, and there'll be guys out there paying money to see her naked or eat food. I mean,
There's always a niche, yeah.
Yeah. So it looks like an interesting drink. What's in it?
What I gathered is it has like some vermouth,
Vermouth.
and
Vermouth. Yeah, vermouth.
vermouth and Scotch whiskey and some bitters.
Yeah.
I guess depending which one you get, but
Yes.
it originated from the bartender that made it sometime in the 1800s
Yes.
in New York.
Probably disgusting.
It's one of those prohibition drinks, so I'll try it. Looks pretty alright.
It looks disgusting. That's what it looks.
I'd rather have a vodka martini, Bond style.
I don't know. When I used to get drunk in weddings and shit, especially when the bar was free,
Yeah, I mean, that's the best. That's the reason to go.
I get everything. I don't
kidding
give
me?
a shit. I'd be like,
I got
whatever.
pretty lit last time. Yeah, when I went to the wedding.
I drank so much one time. I don't know how I didn't black out. I was at one wedding and I was drinking so much, and I had so many different drinks. I was like, yeah, let me try Jack and Coke. I've never had a Jack and Coke. I'm 30 years old. I never had a Jack and Coke before in my life. Let me try Jack and Coke.
It ain't bad.
I had a gin and tonic. I hate gin and tonic. For some reason, I'm like, yeah, give me a gin and tonic. I had White Russians I like, but again, the milk.
Yeah, we talked about it before. Yeah, you can make it at home. It's great. You can make it at home, but yeah, don't order it at the bar because they never check.
Yeah, we did talk about it on an episode that we had to delete because it was destroyed. But anyway, back to this episode. So they get married.
The great acting in this is so amazing. It's like her being disgusted, and he's like, "Oh my god, we have to bang to me more."
But then he kisses her. Right? No, he doesn't kiss her. He touches her stomach or whatever, her chest, and then he lowers it down, and he kisses above her
like
breast.
a tit.
Right? Yeah. Then he goes up to her mouth and he kisses, and you can see again that she wants to laugh so hard she can't take. Like this is probably great to film. Yeah, when he kisses her, the first kiss, you could see she's like, oh, like right before he kisses her, you could see in her face she wants to laugh.
It's very, very subtle.
Yeah.
Like a millisecond of her.
You could tell
her upper lip moving up.
You could tell she's like, oh my god, this is hysterical. Like
kudos to her for holding it in.
Yeah.
I wonder how many times they had
not
to
there when he actually kisses.
this.
When he actually goes to kiss her, you could see.
Let me see.
You could see that she's like, oh my god. She's like, I can't believe it.
When the camera starts panning, like ever so slightly, I think.
She's like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, I need an instant replay on this, but yeah, you're gonna have to watch that at home, everybody, on YouTube.
I'm not imagining it. I'm telling you.
It's great. Yeah, you have to notice it because like this is probably like the third time I watched this episode, so I noticed a little bit more things as I watched it. But yeah, they kind of they start kisses her, and then the camera pans to the turntable that's playing the vinyl there, right? And then it transitions to like it's almost like something out of a David Lynch movie. It's like a segment of them dancing to the music that's playing on the vinyl turntable, and then it cuts to her cleaning the house, and Jeffrey Tambor just bumming it on the couch with a sub sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
And then tells her to clean. She missed a spot, and then back to the scene of them dancing.
Sorry.
And it's like kind of like a time lapse of what they've been up to since that wedding.
I went back and I'm looking at the scene right now, and
it
is when they're kissing, they're making out, and the camera starts to pan, and I guess actors are aware.
That was the one. That's the one I saw. Yeah.
Actors are aware when the camera's moving, so as the camera's panning, you can see her mouth. She's smiling as he's kissing her. Because it's hysterical. Look at this. This is ridiculous. Not even in the comic book did they make Charlie Marno look this terrible. He's horrific.
That's just a nice touch. Yeah.
He is horrific. It's like so absurd that any woman would put herself through this. I don't give a shit. This is she would do it for money, and this is hilarious. And Demi Moore seems like a fucking nice Yeah, like right there. Yeah.
Back in the days, the dames had it hard. So
Right there, she's laughing. She's about to burst out laughing. Like, I can't fucking believe, I can't do this. Like, I can't do this. This is too much.
Probably took like 20 takes.
I can imagine him really just fucking with her throughout the whole thing, you know, and her laughing, and then him playing into it so much. Because when you when you're you're a different person automatically, you know. So I don't know. And they play. Yeah, you mentioned they play Heaven. I'm in heaven because Charlie's in heaven. She's in hell. She's like, oh my god, his shitty underwear. I gotta clean his shitty fucking underwear.
Oh yeah, there's a scene of her doing the laundry in his big ass tidy whities.
She gives
and then
him
she
breakfast.
takes a shot of like of a drink afterwards after he leaves and squeezes her ass.
Yeah.
Some kind of some vodka or something.
Ugh.
And then afterwards, yeah, they're back in the bed again, and she tells him she's got a headache, and he's like, "Oh, again? Yeah, what's with you?" So it's like a couple of months have passed, I think. She mentions. Yeah, but yeah, he's just like, oh my god, he's like taking up most of the bed, and his stomach's hanging over.
The only thing that in 1950s,
Well, it's an oddity because there weren't a lot of fat people back then.
not 1950s, women didn't have short hair too.
Oh, there's that, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, it's Demi Moore. So,
I think of this. What do you think of this 50s lingerie?
look at this.
Oh yeah, that part too. Yeah,
She's
I think she's trying not to laugh
She's trying so hard not to laugh.
when they're dancing.
Yeah,
So if you guys want to catch that's the part when they're dancing.
I've been having. She loved doing this episode. I think. I really do think she was having a blast.
I feel that. I feel that for this episode, and I feel that for like other episodes I've watched of Tales from the Crypt. I think, yeah, it must be a hell of a blast filming on that set.
But Jeffrey Tambor, where she won't fuck him, he's like again, but he's like so like this is not the first time. This is like she's probably fucked him once since they've been married. She won't do it again. He's so miserable. He look at his face. He's like so miserable. But like, oh god, again with this. I mean, when am I gonna get some? That was the whole point of getting married.
Right.
And then she asks him, "What about your uncle?" He goes, "Why would I hear about him?" And oh, she flips the fuck out. And she goes, "That stupid bitch, man." Vorna, she's so pissed off.
Oh yeah, because it's like a whole investment she was doing, and she had to fuck this guy, and she was disgusted by.
Yeah, I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, honestly.
Yeah, so she said that they spent 3 months together of dealing with all that stuff.
Oh my god.
Him being a fat fuck and her cleaning the house and having to fuck him. So that's torture for a lot of chicks these days. So 3 months.
This is Demi Moore in her prime.
She started making complaints like Phil Leotardo over here.
She's beautiful. She's absolutely beautiful. This is 1990. I think probably. This is probably Demi Moore in her prime. I think she was. Howard Deutch.
She looked pretty good.
I think he directed One Crazy Summer. Did he direct one? No, he didn't. But she's in that too, with John Cusack, Hollywood asshole. But she was
your favorite, John Cusack.
She was in that movie. That was a good movie. I like her in. But
okay.
But yeah, so then after that, she tells Vorna it's over. She's gonna leave him, whatever, and that she was wrong. There's no way this guy's a loser. He's got nothing. And she goes, he will inherit the money. And then she goes to the fucking supermarket or some laundromat. I don't know what the hell. And she goes to the vending machine.
Some supermarket. Yeah. So she put in money in for opening a fridge of bread.
Yes. No. Oh, I don't know. Because back then they had weird things. So yeah. You could buy food from trays.
It looked like a place. Yeah, it looked like a place where you buy bread or something. Or
no, they have food. They have food in the cakes and shit. They used to have those vending machines that you.
Yeah, I've never seen them before like that, but they look pretty cool.
Because they used to trust people. Because they used to trust people wouldn't steal. Yeah. Same thing with the newspaper thing. 25 cents. Take one. Yeah.
Big ups. So yeah, she puts the money into one of those machines, and a crowd full of people start rushing her, and then she's like, "Oh, you want a millionth customer, and for that, it win $1 million."
Back in the
So there's
50s, I wonder how much that is today.
that's I'm gonna look it up.
Even in the 90s.
As predicted by Madame Vorna, right again.
If it was, she probably could have, because that's what I was thinking, because it was shot that you could, timeless. I mean, besides the machines and the music and the TV, you really can't tell what year it is. The clothing, it's nothing's like too in your face, like this is the 50s. The cinematography.
I feel like it could be, but it's like very subtle. So, yeah, so we're looking at $1 million in the 1950s is worth $12 million right now. Check that out for inflation.
Wow, yeah. Well, she could get.
That's some righteous bucks.
I don't know, she couldn't get a yacht, but she could get a lot of shit for $12 million.
Yeah, so after she, like the fortune came true, she got money. She got money somehow, some way. So it did partially come true there by her predictions.
She goes home. Oh, what did she say? She says, she says, I can't wait to tell Charlie. No, wait. She goes, Madame Vorna was wrong, that stupid bitch. And then the reporter goes, what'd you say? And she goes, I'm so glad to be rich. And then she goes home, and Charlie goes, Cathy, is that you? And she goes, yes, it is, you fat, disgusting slob.
Just going ham on him now. All the insults coming out.
Oh, she's like,
and he's still oblivious to it.
He's like what? Like, what's wrong, dear? And she's like, fuck you. That's what she's like. I'm disgusted. You're gross. You're a piece of fucking shit. Take a shower. Eat a salad. Do something. You're disgusting. I'm leaving you.
Mm-hmm. But all this has been absorbed by Charlie.
And he's just like, she's like, what do you mean? He goes, Madame Vorna was wrong. I married you for money, and you don't have no fucking money. I was the one that was going to have the money. And she starts showing the money. I won $1 million. That means I bought a new life or whatever. Mm-hmm. And he grabs her, and the money falls. Some money falls. She goes, keep it, you fucking piece of shit. Basically, it's like, that's like your severance package for being with me. He goes, I'm leaving. And then fucking Charlie goes nuts. And this is the scariest thing, especially if you're a kid and you saw this. You'd be scared of fat people the rest of your life. I think I think if you're like 4 years old and you saw this scene, you'd be scared of fat people.
Yeah, he's in denial and anger at the same time, and he starts acting up, and then he goes walking towards the kitchen again as she starts to leave, and stares at the cutting board with all the food on there, and grabs the knife.
And the funny thing is the turn, because you never saw him get angry before, so we don't know he has this in him. You know?
Yeah, it's like a rage.
Rage. It just
built
off.
In him. Yeah.
Like all the insults he's ever heard that he laughs off just comes out at this one time, and he's like grabs the knife, he puts it behind his back. He says, Cathy, if I can't have you, nobody can. And then he shows the knife. She's like, Charlie.
If I can't have you, nobody can.
And he
with
goes,
another 10 stabs to the chest.
Oh my God, screaming. Oh my God, it was great. Fabulous. And then we get the turn, which was funny, because then they go, Madame Vorna, they even know her. They go, Cathy Finch married Charlie Marno because she was told by Madame Vorna that he would inherit a large sum of money. Charlie ended up murdering her, and he did inherit a lot of money. Whatever, basically, he inherited all the money she won after he killed her. And I was like, how fucked up is it that she couldn't tell her? She couldn't see that she was going to win, or she just saw that she was a gold digger and was like, no, I'm not going to say anything, let this play out. Because she did nobody a favor. Like, I guess maybe she did society a favor by eliminating this fat, grotesque slob and then killing this gold digger at the same time. I guess, maybe. But, like, you got to think, like, you're not that good of a fortune teller if you can't see the person that's going to win the money. You can't tell them you're going to win the money.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you can kind of go about it either way. Um, I guess my guess she maybe like they never explained it, but I guess I could say that maybe she only sees partial portions, so it's hard to maybe get too descriptive.
Yeah, but
But at the same time, I could also see her not saying anything because she was a bitch the whole time anyway
yeah.
during the interactions. But yeah, overall, we also get a shot of you're talking about how there's a new newscast talking about her story, and then we get a shot of her grave, and that's how I knew at least what the year it was. So it said 1950 on her tombstone. So
Yeah.
that it's one of the oddities or one of the goofs that I read on IMDb was because she had a line in the episode talking about Jeffrey Tambor's character where he's so fat he's probably got his own zip code, and then the thing that I saw was like zip codes I guess weren't introduced till like 1963, so that's kind
Yeah.
of like a small goof there. Yeah, that's how we described. You see the tombstone there. That's how we know what year it is.
Yes. Uh, yeah. That's why I was wondering what. Yeah. Until the end, I was like the 50s, and I'm like, but that doesn't. It's not shot like that. Cinematography is not done to like. Like when I think about the 50s, I think bright, right? I think blues, reds. I just think of the bright 50s. I think of Happy Days, neons and shit. When I think of the 40s, I think dark grays, So,
Yeah, that's a certain like tone,
yeah.
color tone to it that you associate with that time. But it didn't really. I guess that wasn't really that important. But
No.
knowing how things end and everything was
Yeah,
more
yeah.
worth the journey. Yeah, the year doesn't really matter. We're just
So,
we're getting technical there. But
so,
after we see her grave,
yes.
we see Charlie, go on the electric chair.
Yeah.
Not similar, but yeah, it just reminds me of like the first episode because it had to do with executioners and
But it
the
was
death
done very
penalty.
quick.
Very quickly, yeah, very quickly, and the person that was reporting about it was talking about how it is like the largest last meal a death row
Yeah.
prisoner had.
It's
So they never said what he ordered, but I'm sure he ordered a shit ton of Chinese food probably.
It was so fucked up. As you would imagine, they said it was the largest amount of food any inmate's ever received. I was like, oh shit, Charlie's still getting fucking dissed even at his death. And then
Right.
Madame Vorna got celebrity from this, and people were going to see her to ask her. Like, I'm like, why are you going to her? She fucking totally got this woman killed. She should. All she had to do was say, "You're going to win $1 million." That's it. That's all she had to say. And then, oh great. And then she was so Charlie. She was like, ugh. That's no episode. We would have not had an episode. But
Yeah, her persistence is what got her killed. I think if she had just taken that for face value, I guess, yeah, she would have avoided being killed because she wouldn't have gone through all the effort to try to marry somebody with money.
Exactly. That's the
So
thing.
like just the greed in her just
Yeah.
blinded her, and some of the logic there, and the consequences, of course. Like yeah, you had to expect some sort of reaction regardless of like how he has been most of the time. Like anybody would be deservedly pissed about being used and shit like that. So yeah, it bit her in the ass, and rest in peace. And then get the nice outro from the Crypt Keeper there.
This is one of the best episodes of Tales from the Crypt so far, let's say, right? In general, knowing
Yeah, so far what we discussed.
what we
yeah.
discussed.
This
But
is my favorite one. Yeah.
also knowing like the grand, like the list. I know up to season 4 about. That's it. I don't actually even know. I haven't seen season 4 in years, so I don't know that whole season. I know season 1, 2, and 3 very well. So I will say after the first 3 seasons, would this make my top 10? I think it would make my top 10 of the best episodes. It would probably be number 10. I would assume it would be lower because there are better episodes coming up. But it would be
season 2 is chock full of great episodes.
Yeah.
So this is what I'm looking forward to discussing more going forward, because this season's like my favorite.
Yeah,
I love season 2.
This is a good season. This episode was great. The next episode is great. If I were to rate this, I give it 5 stars out of 5. This is a phenomenal episode. And
Yeah, I'd go the same too. Yeah, 5 out of 5.
yeah, it's really good. And
Top tier episode.
Oh.
This is the stuff that I like about Tales from the Crypt.
You know what? I was wondering where I remember did the Invisible Kid live reaction, right? So Jake Underwood's friend in that movie. I'm like, I know him from somewhere. He's the fucking guy in the Larry Sanders Show that steals the fucking tape from Hank. He's one of the writers that takes the tape from Hank. So that's where I know he was on the Larry Sanders Show. He was a writer on the show, supposedly. You know? But yeah, they had a lot of famous people on that fucking thing. A lot of comedians before they were, you know, very popular. Like I said, Janine Garofalo is one of them. I think I could be wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know if Chloe's in there. I think she.
What's she been up to? I haven't heard her name in a long time. Janine.
I don't know. She's old.
I remember she was on a season of 24. I don't think it was the good season. No, yeah, it was season 7, I think it was, or 6, one of the two. Random thought, but yeah, this is a great episode. I love it. One of my favorites there. At some point, we gotta put in a top 10 list of our favorite episodes. If we reach all the way up to the last season, which is like what 7
after every season.
So far?
After every season, we talk about.
Oh yeah, we could do that too.
Yeah, after every season, we talk about our favorite of the last season. So this will definitely be up. This will probably be higher. Who knows on my list of this but of the whole entire series, I think this will be top 10. This is definitely there, as well as
it's up there. Yeah.
There's 3 episodes of season. There's 2 episodes of season 1 that would be on the top 10 of all time of all the shows, and this would be in there. I think this would be top 10. Could be wrong. Something else might come along. The next episode is great. The next episode is The Switch. That's another great episode. So I can't wait to talk about that one. I just watched it again today, so. But I will watch it again next week because this is bi-weekly. We post these bi-weekly, which is actually in tradition with EC Comics. EC Comics were bi-weekly. They were, I think, well, it depends which one. There was a Shock Suspense Stories. I think that's what they were called. Yeah, Shock Suspense Stories, which was where this book was from EC. I mean, this story, Dead Right, was from Shock Suspense Stories issue 6, I believe. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, it's a good one to look forward to. This is another one you put me onto prior to me binge watching a lot of Tales from the Crypt. Yeah, this one's directed by our boy Arnold Schwarzenegger.
The next one.
The Switch.
Yeah, The Switch, which is like that's another thing that all these celebrities wanted to direct. Tom Hanks directs one. Michael J. Fox directs one. You know, Arnold.
It's a trend. It's a trend throughout the show. Yeah. We'll talk about that one next time. Yeah. There's a lot to say about that one too.
Anyway, as far as this goes, this is a great episode. I love this episode. We can't blow this episode enough. So that's why we talked about it for so long, and we talked about the 2 people in it that are great actors. I'm surprised Demi Moore is still not doing acting. In more things she should be, but she's got Bruce Willis and his problems now, and I'm pretty sure that's a big strain on the entire family. Even with all the money he's made, that's a big problem. So, God bless them. God bless Demi Moore. But anyway, yes, I love this episode. 2 great actors. Great episode. Great way to kick off the season. And I can't wait to keep watching. This reignited my love for Tales from the Crypt. And I'm kind of like, why did I waste 2 episodes on those other shits? We're going to be watching good episodes of this, but...
You should have ejected out of a Freddy's Nightmare.
That's another nightmare. Creep Show was fun to watch, and it wasn't bad doing the commentaries. It was just, it's different, a different animal. It's almost like watching or reacting but reacting, you actually have to like, it's different than commentary. Commentary, you have to keep talking, right? Mm-hmm. Reacting, you don't have to keep talking. You could actually sit there and digest this show, and you're digesting the right. program, but. And you're just reacting to how it comes. But when it's so boring, like it's so fucking boring. Anyway, what we have to work on besides this is we have to start seeing how we're gonna go on camera because people are complaining about that. Like no video format, and like it's hard enough to record the audio alone, let alone do what
video as in like showing the episode, like you do on
us showing us
just.
Showing our fat
I don't
asses.
mind, but I don't know how much of a really extra. I don't know how much better it's gonna make the show.
I
really.
know, that's what I'm saying. But that people are like that though. That's the thing now. Everything
Yeah,
has to be.
weirdos.
Everything
Everybody
has
has to see
on
somebody.
video. Yeah, exactly. That's why my videos. It's so weird. I don't know. People are just they like it. Hey,
I can
okay.
see that. I do listen to some podcasts that have that element, but it's not make or break for me.
I don't know. Anyway, so that's that. Thank you, Alan, again for joining me for this, and we will see you guys next time when we review the Switch. Let us know if you like this episode or not in the comment section down below, wherever you're watching this, if it's on Twitter, on Minds, on YouTube, on Rumble, anywhere. Leave a comment down below, and I will respond, or I will like your comment if it's a good comment. If it's a bad comment, I might still respond just to be an asshole. But anyway, we will
And
talk.
I'll get screenshots of the comments. So
Yeah.
thank